Have you ever watched a corporate video and felt genuinely moved? Or, you know, started to trust a company without really knowing why? Well, that's what we're doing today. We're going behind the scenes. We're not just going to watch a brand film, we're going to deconstruct its actual architectural plan to see exactly how these things are built to persuade you. Okay, let's get into it. So this is the big question, right? Because here's the thing, it's not magic. It's an absolutely meticulous engineering process. What we're about to look at isn't just a video script. It's a literal blueprint for building trust. So let's break this thing down act by act. All right, first up, the setup. You know, just like any good building, a persuasive film has to have a rock-solid foundation. Before they even think about shooting a single frame, the entire emotional and visual world of the film is mapped out with incredible precision. Let's see what that actually looks like. Now, what's so fascinating here is just how specific these global settings are. I mean, look at this. The style has to be cinematic, modern, high-tech. The tone, confident, visionary, trust-building. They've even defined the look as dark mode UI, premium corporate. You have to understand, these aren't just vague ideas. These are the fundamental rules that are going to dictate every single decision from this point forward. And get this, it's not just about what you see. It's about what you hear. The blueprint actually calls for an emotional score. And just look at the journey they're planning. It starts out soft and suspenseful to make you feel a little bit of unease. But by the time you hit the climax, that music is confident and powerful, designed to make you feel inspired and full of trust. They are literally scripting your emotional journey using the soundtrack. It's incredible. Okay, so now we get to Act 1, engineering the problem. This is where the real story starts. And like any great story, it starts with a conflict. But here's the really clever part. This problem isn't just found, it's carefully engineered to be the exact pain point their target customer is feeling every single day. The film kicks off with a simple, but man, is it a powerful hook. Just 5 words. Being online is not enough. This line right here immediately sets up a universal challenge. It's not pointing fingers, but it plants this tiny seed of doubt that pretty much any business owner can relate to. It makes you lean in and say, okay, tell me more. And this just shows you the pacing. It's brilliant. In less than a minute, look how the story escalates. It starts with a pretty general problem, graphs pointing down. Then they amplify the feeling of chaos with all these messy dashboards. And finally, they nail it down into a very specific emotional pain point: effort without results. So the language here is absolutely crucial. This is pulled straight from the voiceover script. Random ads, traffic without conversion. These aren't just random phrases. They are designed to be the exact thoughts swirling around in a frustrated business owner's head. The whole goal is to make the viewer nod along and think, wow, they totally get me. They understand my struggle. So, after masterfully setting up the pain and frustration, the blueprint makes a hard pivot. We're now in Act 2, introducing the solution. This is the big turning point. Just when the viewer is feeling the full weight of the problem, the film brings in a hero with the answer. And there it is, the big cinematic logo reveal. After about a minute of manufactured chaos and frustration, this moment is designed to feel like a huge sigh of relief. The music gets bigger, the visuals get clean and organized, and the solution appears. Ofbuzz Technology isn't just a company, it's positioned as the moment of clarity. Okay, you have to pay really close attention to the wording here. They never call themselves an agency. Why? Well, that word can feel a bit transactional, right? Instead, they are a growth partner. That one word implies a much deeper, collaborative relationship. It suggests they're in the trenches with you, which is a way more persuasive idea. All right, so our hero has arrived on the scene, but just showing up is never enough, is it? Now they've got to prove they're actually worthy of our trust. And that brings us to Act 3, proving credibility. This whole section is about giving you concrete proof and showing you a clear, easy-to-understand process. See, this isn't just a boring list of services. No way. The blueprint deliberately structures them as a 4-step system: performance marketing, SEO, lead gen, brand building. By presenting it like this, it transforms what could be a confusing collection of services into a comprehensive, repeatable system for success. It just feels methodical, organized, and totally trustworthy. And right here, they tackle the viewer's biggest doubts head-on. Are you worried about getting some cookie-cutter solution? Boom.
No templates, only custom solutions. Are you worried you won't know what they're doing with your money? Boom, transparent execution. Every single bullet point is a promise, designed to take down a specific objection before you can even finish thinking it.
In the middle of all these promises and concepts, a hard number just pops: 100+ trusted clients. This is classic social proof, and it is so effective. It's a simple, powerful way of saying, hey, don't just take our word for it. Over 100 other businesses just like you already trust us. It's an incredibly efficient way to build credibility fast. This line right here, this is the philosophical heart of Act 3. It just perfectly sums up the company's entire value proposition. It positions them as the exact opposite of all that random and chaotic stuff we saw back in Act 1. They're strategic, they're methodical, they're reliable. And now, we're at the grand finale. The film has laid out a problem, introduced a hero, and proven that hero is the real deal. So that brings us to Act 4, the vision and the ask. This is where the story goes from practical, day-to-day stuff to something aspirational, inviting you to be part of a much bigger future. Notice this. The vision statement isn't really about what they do. It's about what they help their clients achieve. Dominate search, own attention. It reframes their whole purpose into this bigger, more inspiring goal that, of course, the target customer wants for themselves. It creates this powerful sense of a shared mission. And finally, we have the call to action. But it's not call us now or buy today. It's grow smarter, scale faster. This is an empowering command. It frames that next step as a direct benefit to you, the viewer, making the decision to reach out feel like an investment in your own success. So what's the big takeaway here? None of this is an accident. Not one bit. From the specific colors they use, to the music cues, to choosing the word partner instead of agency, every single detail is part of a deliberate, persuasive architecture. So the next time you're watching one of these films, look for the acts, listen for that emotional score, see if you can spot the engineered problem and the heroic solution. I bet you'll be surprised at what you find.